Gentlelady yields back. Chair now recognizes a gentleman from New Mexico, Mr. Pearce.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks to each one of you who are here today. Dr. Zandi, you have quantified your estimate of the cost of doing what we're considering here today. Is there a quantifiable cost to not doing anything? The quantifiable cost to the government backstop, the explicit guarantee?
If we do nothing, if we keep the current system?
Keep the current system yes.
I think that would be a serious and grave error. I think there's no reason why the government needs to be making 85 to 90% of the mortgage loans in the United States. It's a cost that taxpayers don't need to
So is it going to be higher or less? I'm back with Dr. Capuano from Massachusetts. I just get it down to the big stuff for us and our constituents. So the cost going to be greater in the current system or less into the current system?
I haven't thought through that calculation.
I mean, you're better positioned than me.
Yeah.
I could flip a coin and it might end up heads, tails, but you would come up with a closer guess than I would.
Look, can I answer? I'm not going to be satisfactory in my answer, but let me answer it this way. I don't like either approaches. I wouldn't go down either path at the end of the day.
Mr. Wallace,
there's a better approach.
Mr. Wallace, you got an opinion?
I don't think your microphone's on, Mr. Wallace.
Have to take everything into account, including the costs that occur when
I think that's the point.
Investments that Fannie and Freddie made, that's the current system, and when those investments are in poor quality mortgages, we have a loss, severe loss in the case of Fannie and Freddie, up to almost $200 billion, and the taxpayers have to pay for that. So if you are looking at the costs, if you look at the entire cost, including what it may cost the taxpayers, I think the system that is recommended in this bill, in the PATH Act, would be cheaper for the taxpayers and still produce a very effective system of financing mortgages.
When I first came to Congress, I read and heard speculation that the Japanese had damaged their economy to a point that it might never recover in the 90s. And when I read what they did, they started letting housing prices escalate. And in order to make it affordable, they began to lower interest rates. And then they began to mix public and private money. And they hurt their economy maybe forever. And we're still short of that year. We have not yet reached forever. So I would come back, Dr. Zandi, when you're estimating the cost of implementing this, can you now compare it to what the Japanese did, which sounds exactly like what we're done, starting with Greenspan and now under Mr. Bernanke? Could you quantify the cost of running an economy forever versus 90 basis points or whatever? Can you give me sort of an indicator on that?
Congressman, we're not Japan. We've made a lot of progress.
I understand, but so you're saying we can do things that Japan can't do. See, I view the law.
I'm saying we don't do things that Japan.
Excuse me, sir. I view the laws of economics as being one of the really neat things. They don't know boundaries. They don't know anywhere. If you do the wrong thing, the capital is going to get up and leave today. That's really, to me, refreshing. It's pure. It's beyond human touch. And to say that the Japanese economy is not our economy, I'm sorry, sir, but that says we have different rules. We can print 40% of our national budget and we're okay. I don't think we're okay, but I'm sitting here with just some country background from New Mexico, and I'm just trying to get a sense. Dr. Leviton, I see you kind of peering. Do you have an opinion? We got only 47 seconds for your opinion, by the way.
I'm not quite sure where to begin. I think that there is a real problem in that we may be locking ourselves into a period of very low interest rates, and that as we get, lots of homeowners have refinanced into incredibly low rate loans, and that's going to be when they want to move or when they have to move. If rates are up, we're going to have a problem.
Dr. Calabrese, why don't you finish this up? 20 seconds.
I'll just say the biggest problem, in my opinion, having been to Japan and talked to people there, is every other company is like Fannie Mae. It is such a crony capitalism society that if we want to avoid that, in my opinion, or you will
Okay.
regret it.
All right, fair enough. Thanks.